Hi, and welcome to the Creative Treehouse. My name is Robin Broom, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Thanks for joining me in the Treehouse today. I hope you enjoy your time at the Treehouse, and I hope that you'll also click and subscribe to this channel. All right, today's project is this neat card. It looks kind of sophisticated, but it's actually very easy to do, and I'm going to take you through it step by step. So let me bring out all the different pieces and I'll give you all the measurements for them. And let's see, we've got your base is, of course, your very vanilla, and it's the traditional 5 1/4, or I'm sorry, 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 card base. And I make, in these pandemic times, I make little kits, and they come in a bag with all the supplies. And so that would be in there. And then the next one going up is the very vanilla. Oh, actually, it's the Misty Moonlight. That's just a slight bit bigger. And then the very vanilla. So your Misty Moonlight is a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of paper. And your very vanilla is just 1/8 of an inch smaller. So it is cut at 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Right, and then on top of that, you will use a Night of Navy. So you've got Misty Moonlight, a little bit lighter shade. And that's because both of these blues can be found in the indigo papers. So this Night of Navy is 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. And then all your little strips are from that Boho Indigo set, and they even come in the refill kit. So you can utilize those as well. So, and they're double-sided, you can use different sides. And the papers, let me show you the papers. They're really neat. These are just a few of them. And I just love blues. So, and those are wonderful, delicious sides. And then there's another also delicious side. These aren't all of them, but these are some of them. I just wanted to show you that. They are 6 by 6. And so we will be cutting these strips 3 by 3/4 of an inch. And that makes it work out really, really well because you've got 3. So if you cut 3 inches, you've got exactly enough to make several strips on either side. And the only trick there is just deciding which ones that you want to put where. So let's start, and we'll just put it together very quickly. You're going to start with this piece, the Night of Navy base, and you're going to take your liquid glue, and you're going to start with one side, and you're just going to put a touch of liquid glue on it, and then you're going to, what I do is I just kind of eyeball it. I like liquid glue because you can move it around. You have a little bit of wiggle room, so I appreciate that. All right, so what I've done is I've just made sure that it's about the same amount of the Night of Navy that's peeking out over here, your border. And then we're going to, I've got a glue dot stuck on that I need for my trim in a minute. Okay, so then I'm gonna do another one, just a little bit of the liquid glue. And this one I'll do the same exact thing. I'm just going to move it. There's that glue dot that's, he's right there. Let's see if I can get him off. Okay, now it's just stuck on my finger. Okay, and then just move on down each strip, trying to keep exactly the right amount of blue all the way around. And then I'll show you a trick at the end. Okay, let's see. Let's try this one. I think I'm using different sides than I did on my original card, but that is okay. Sometimes it's very hard to choose the different sides, which you want to use both of them. Okay, let's do this one. I've kind of try to go light and dark across. And then the last one. And if I had found, and this one's not too bad, but sometimes when I've done them, I find that I've gotten them a little bit too close together and you've got extra blue. But that's fine because you can just take your paper trimmer or even your scissors and cut it off, because when you put it onto the very vanilla there, it won't matter if it's just a little bit skinnier there. So, but mine, I think mine's relatively even, so we'll just leave it like that. All right, the one thing that we need to do now before we adhere the navy to the very vanilla is to put our linen trim on there. And this is the braided linen trim, and it is so fun to work with. It looks like it would be coarse, but it's really relatively soft. So what I'll do is I will see if I can make a bow. And on the other one, let's see, I think I made my bow on the left-hand side, but you could change it up, put it wherever you want. So I'll just try to see where I want it to go, somewhere in here, and make my bow. It helps to have an extra hand, or I've heard that there's reversible tweezers that you can use, and I haven't tried that yet. That would be a good thing to do. All right, let's see if I got my bow. There we go. That's really close. Then you just kind of move it around and get it exactly however large you want those little ears to be. And we can cut off the excess. And now it's ready to put on here. And so we'll put some glue, liquid glue on the back of our navy. And I could secure the linen thread down as well. So we'll put that down, try to kind of center it. And I found that the liquid glue works really well when you're using the embossing folders that have all the textures, because the different tape runners I don't think just work as well, because the liquid glue can kind of go into the little nooks and crannies, and so that works well. And another thing I like to do is take a glue dot, but I think my glue dot has run away. I have a little piece here, and I take your pick tool and I put the glue dot right up under the knot of the bow, and then that sort of secures your bow down so it's not going to go anywhere. And then now that that's down, we'll put this onto our Misty Moonlight. And there you can just see, isn't that just the neatest folder? I love the Old World paper 3D embossing folder. So I've got a really thin bit of glue, but probably a tiny bit extra than I would normally do, just because of all the texture. And speaking of tiny bits, there's just a tiny 1/8 of an inch around for that border. I'm going to kind of just press it down in place, get it to hold. There we go. And then we'll adhere that to our card base, which again I said is the very vanilla. And I think I'm actually going to send this card to, I do have some Stampin' Up! Pen Pals, but I do also have we had some exchange students in the years past, and I have one that I have been promising to send some Pop-Tarts to France, and this is going to go in the Pop-Tart box. All right, so we've got that. This, I think it may have come from the Tasteful Textures. I'm not really, I don't remember. But what you might want to do, if you decide to use the Misty Moonlight paper and you're going to get some kind of tag out of it with a die, you could take it out of here, cut it out first, because then nobody's going to see it there that you've taken it out, because it's all covered up. So there is that one. You could use different ones. That one was just an easy one to do, and like I said, I put the You Are Amazing, and I believe that actually came from a paper pumpkin kit, so those are great to keep. And then the little flower has a very raised, I don't know if you can see it, a little, almost like a little wooden bead on the top. And I tried to mail some of these internationally, and they didn't like it at all. It was going to have to go through customs, I believe, just because of that little dot. So On hers, I think I'm going to be creative, and I may take that dot off and try the little bead off and try something else. So that is something you have to consider when you are mailing things. So I'll finish this one up on my own time, and I'll clip this and possibly even do a different sentiment here and work on that little flower, which does come in the refill kit. So let me see if I can, I think if you can see the flower, maybe I can even turn it so that you can see the, if I can grab a hold of it, if you can see that it is very 3D. So it's really neat. It's almost like felt or something. So that is the card for today. The project is not, they're not always cards, so you have to come back and visit me again in the Creative Treehouse. So, and I will leave the dimensions and the item numbers for the different pieces to this card so that you can make it on your own. So it looks very sophisticated, looks like it could be complicated, but now you know that it's not. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope that you'll make it also, and that you'll leave me a comment. And also, if you will hit that subscribe button, I would love to have more subscribers. I've got a goal. I'm trying to make it to 1,000, and I hope you'll join me in that. All right, we'll see you next time in the Creative Treehouse. Bye-bye.